everybody, I'm Living Dread Girl with Locks, Knots, and Stitches, a fiber arts podcast. I live here in beautiful Rochester, New York with my son/producer, Turbo Joe, my 3 dogs, 4 cats, boa constrictor, and bearded dragon. The best way to contact me is locksnotstitches@gmail.com. I'm most active on Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram at locks_knots_stitches, and I am on Ravelry as SparklingWater000. Unfortunately, I'm not the most active on Ravelry, except for getting patterns. I'm going to work really hard on getting better. I've actually went into a few groups and actually did some things, so yeah, I'm getting there. It's just a lot, you know. Sometimes you just rather be knitting than like just downloading patterns and knitting, crocheting, and that's it. So not the best on Ravelry, but you can definitely find a lot of projects and yarn on the Instagrams. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Before we get into anything else, I just hope everyone is safe in Florida, Texas, and in Asia. A lot of things are going on around the world. My heart goes out to everybody. I just want to spread all the love and peace and hope that I can. If there's anything locally that I can do for specifically, Florida and Texas and whatnot and around the area, please let me know. locksnotstitches@gmail.com is the best way to contact me. That'll pop right up on my phone. I will immediately answer it. So I am an email girl, but yes, I'm trying to spread love, hope, peace out there. My heart goes out to everyone, so anything I can do, please let me know. Alright, on to some administration things. Let me get a sip of coffee first. So we're getting closer to the 50 subscriber mark. I did pick out some yarn. It's going to be a little crinkling. I don't want the cats or dogs to get to it, so have it all wrapped up. So this is a 100% Prima Cotton yarn. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 219 yards, 200 meters. It does say it's a number 4 medium. Approximately 4.5 knitting needles, 4 millimeter crochet hook. There is no color name, it's just 8445, but it's absolutely beautiful and soft. It's coming out more blue right now. Oh, there's the purple. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, so soft. Such a nice cotton. So that's one of the prizes. I didn't know what everyone wanted, so I kind of stuck with cotton. It's a all-natural plant-based fiber. Everyone kind of, it's just something I think everyone can kind of work with. And, whoops, they fell to the bottom of the box. So if you remember back, I made some stitch markers, or progress keepers. There's a few stitch markers on here. I'm going to make a few more for you. I can't get it together here. Oh, it did focus. And so those two are the progress creepers, stitch markers. And I just dropped my other ones that you'll be getting. I'm going to make you some more progress keepers, by the way. Or stitch markers. There's a lot of progress keepers. Just, I don't know if a crocheter or knitter, so I just kind of make it universal. But let me show you the other progress keepers. So it's the owl, maple leaf, deer, and starfish. So, and then I'm just going to make you a whole bunch of stitch markers. I believe I have 3 different sizes I can make. So I will get those done and ready to go. So those will be shipped out as soon as we get the 50th subscriber, and I will run a simple contest. Nothing super fancy at all. What I really should be doing is having my notes open right now so I can figure out what the next thing I want to say. And I forgot to mention, it's episode 9. Hello! So, you know, actually my book was stuck on episode 8. But there's episode 9. So, that's the thing. Okay. Organizing. So, let me talk about that first. I'm going to move some stuff out the way here. I kind of threw some stuff up. I had talked about organizing my yarn, and I started to here, you know, with the D-stash. You know, again, part of that was because I was in over my head, constantly buying like 8 colors of the same thing and never making anything. It's kind of annoying. So to realize you have something right there you can readily use. Moving on, I also had talked about wanting to organize my patterns. That was another issue as I went through, that I had like multiples of one pattern printed. So again, I really needed to de-stash and to reorganize myself. For the more I get into it, the more reasons I found that it was a good idea. Don't get me wrong, I love all you yarn hoarders, and I'm gonna work back up to that, but in a more organized way eventually somewhere down the line. But I really got to work on my organization. I don't need to be printing out 800 of the same pattern and not knowing what yarn I have. But so I had found this. I've had this since oh dear Lord, since my son was a baby. So I had to get my life kind of, I don't want to say together, just a bit more organized. Had a lot of papers. You know, it's kind of the joyous occasion of having my son, but then there was also a tragedy mixed in with that. So I needed something to just put my stuff in, be organized, and just have it. I can go to it, whatever. And I've always used this for multiples of reasons. This is going on 14 and a half years now. So then I was like, I was going through all my binders and none of them were big, but then I looked at this one and I was like, oh man, the light bulbs went off. So I'm just going to sit back here. So the front part is, it opens up and like right here, I could use this as a notions pack right here. I mean, I can put all the notions in this thing. I mean, there's another zipper part here, there's another zipper part back here. And then all your yarn people, you can send me all your cards. Put them right there. And then right now I'm just housing this little, with the sleeves, so I'm just housing that. And then it opens up. I'm going to open it this way. Let that rest down, and it has like this little organization pack right here. And then stuff for your pens, your cards. And then I organized my patterns. So what I did, this one is kind of upside down, but this one's the flax light sweater I'm working on, and this is just I'm counting some stuff, so that's why that's like that, and that's in front. Make my little tallies, and then I can write down, I put this in front to write down my yarns, because I started to go through these patterns and realize what I could use. So that was a good idea I got from others, as I told you. Then there's little these things, but they're not big enough, so I'll probably decorate that so you can flip them a little bit more. So these are this section's gonna be recent projects, and then so on. So it's like recent projects, and I know I'm down here, sorry. And then like motifs, or just basic knitting patterns. Then sweaters. I couldn't believe I found this one. I was like, oh, these patterns I didn't know I have. I'm like, I want to make all the things right now. Even more so than before. And then shawls. Again, I found another pattern. I was like, what? I didn't know I had that. Then it's nice. It can stay organized and have all my notes in. Oh dear. And then like kind of like scarves, towels, neck, whatever's in here. And then my socks. This next section is socks. And then the next section after that is like mittens and gloves and stuff like that. And then the last one is blanket stuff. So, yeah. So all my patterns, they're all in here, all printed, all organized. I can make tons of notes. If I don't want a note on the pattern, I can put it in the sleeve, the notes and whatnot. So it's really cool. I love this thing, so I'm very happy about that. Whew. I apologize for the sweating. I'm hot. Alright. Should bring my notes back out so I can see what I'm doing. Huh. Okay. I just want to mention why I haven't been doing much sewing items. There's just like a little broken spot in my sewing machine, easy to fix. I'm not going to go into it, I just haven't done it. It's as simple, but it's kind of annoying to dig in there. But not a big deal. But I'm not an accomplished sewist or anything to that effect by any means, so it's easier for me to want to sit back and knit and crochet and watch a podcast than to want to sew something. I am looking at getting a table from off of Craigslist. I'm actually going, after I do this podcast, to go look at it and meet up with someone selling it off of Craigslist. And it's a big table, so my wingspan and a little bit more, but it folds down. So I really want it for the podcast, so I can just sit here, put my stuff up here, and I want it for crafting because I don't really want to use my table downstairs, so I really want to keep it up here because it does fold down to a smaller piece. So, and then when I need it to be bigger, it folds out. So definitely check that out. Fingers crossed that it's good and it'll be great. Alright, what else? I'm tired apparently. So that was basically it on that and the sewing thing. So eventually I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna really try hard, especially with the excuse me. There can be some heavy editing in this one. I'm gonna try hard with making, you know, a really nice project bag and whatnot. Alright, so on to charity pieces. I have not done any more charity pieces as of right now. Obviously, I did finish a few last podcast. I was thinking about getting I think I'd mentioned this prior, like a knitting machine. I'm not sure. Nothing super fancy. I saw simple ones out there that were fairly inexpensive to make some hats. I thought that would be something a little bit more prevalent, or just more of a need for people in need and whatnot. I'm sure everyone can use a hat, so that was one of the things I was thinking. I would love a sock knitting machine, but I'm not sure that can happen. But we can all dream, right? So that's a thing. Alright, so what am I drinking? I am just drinking black coffee. It's in my mug, made from a French press. Just pour a little more. And that's pretty much it. I love my black coffee, so. Okay. Don't know what's going on right now. Alright, on to finished objects. Alright, so I finished a few more washcloths, or actually just two. And no, the ends are not weaved in, so. So this is a corner-to-corner washcloth. You know, so it's double-sided. It's really nice, I thought. And then I think I showed you this last week, or last week, 2 weeks ago. Again, ends are not weaved in, but I kind of like it. I don't want to go too lacy, but just like a little bit of eyelet holes and whatnot. And I do like the double crochets in this one, so. Yeah, so I'm getting there with my bag of washcloths for Christmas. I'll show you some of the other yarns real fast. Here's another one I was thinking of that was really pretty. So this is 100% cotton. There's a couple more of those, so that's a thought, or not a thought, but so I just want to make a whole bunch and then divvy them on out for men and women. So, yay, they're getting done. I'm getting there. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, so let me start with this. This is just a Joanne fabric, you know, reusable bag that, you know, I get some from my local store. So that's all this is. Nothing fancy. I like reusable bags for shopping. So, finished object, I will show you the swatch. It's just a simple swatch. And it's crochet. But I'll show you the object in a minute. I used up all the yarn. The green was, here it is. This is 100%, or 100%, this is Ultra Light, Ultra Alpaca Light by the Berroco brand. There we go, stop focusing on me. It's 144 yards, 133 meters, 1.75 ounces, 50 grams. And it's 50% superfine alpaca, 50% Peruvian wool. And this is dye lot, or not dye lot, this is color 42187. And that was the green one. And then this is just the caramel gold one. And that is the 4217. So, again, a very nice product though, I give it that. Very nice. And fairly inexpensive for the price, so. And can you see it? This is my head wrap / neck wrap. You can hear the crickets. I feed my bearded dragon in the background. So, I'll go over this real fast. This is, I actually don't know what the lace pattern is called. I will just write that down below. I think, no, I have no clue. I'm not sure if it has any particular name. But these are just eyelets right here in the middle, and what I did for those is I did half double crochet, chain one, half double crochet, chain one, and then I went back over and then I just put half double crochets, two in that chain one instead of one here and then one in the double crochet. So it made it so it opened up the eyelet hole. So, and then this one I forgot what I did up here, but oh, it's a V-stitch with, oh, okay, I remember now. So this, the bottom row of eyelets type thing is a V-stitch, and then double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, so, and then I just put 3 double crochets in the top part, and it opens it up. So this is meant to be worn. I am hot and sweaty, so forgive me. I need like a little thing. This is meant to be worn under my poncho. Can you see? So that's that. Or if I can do this correctly, this, where did I, oh, okay, where did I go here? This is my head wrap. So that's an idea. So that's what I made that for. But right now I'm sweaty, so it's really hot in my room. My animals require a lot of heat, and I usually have a fan on, but I know there's been talk of not being able to hear me very well. I know part of it is trying to drown out the fan noise, so I apologize for that. So I turned the fan off so I could so I'd have less audio problems, because I was fixing this down a certain way, so in certain platforms I guess you weren't able to hear me talk very well, so I apologize for that. Whips. Let's go on to whips. What should I show you first? Let's see. I didn't really write anything. Alright, so we'll talk about my flax. I got quite a bit done. I'm still working on, I can't, obviously I have a short knee, I can't expand it out, but I got quite a bit done. I got quite a bit done. Oops, I can't even. So last time I showed you I was about right here. So I'm down to here now. That's pretty good. Hold this up close so you can see how it's fading. So it's slowly getting there. And then, not sure I showed you the other yarn, but the first top of the yarn was just a little piece that was left. I don't have it anymore. And then this is the second yarn. That's obviously going to be the torso and sleeves and all that. And then, yeah, just been housing stuff in plastic bags. It's a lot easier. This, it's going to fade into that. So there's a lot of oranges, and it's going to fade pretty cool with all the oranges. So that was the cool thing about that. So that is in here. Been spending money on yarn and not project bags. Sorry, people. Naughty, naughty me. But yeah. So I haven't really casted on much of anything. But I have been working on my swatches, so I'll show you those. should be casting on some, but I just haven't. So I'll now show you why. Alright, first is the So Faded, and then I'll show you my swatch. Okay, it smells so good. So I did I knitted it in the round. I think it fades pretty cool. There's a lot of orange that just drops down all the way through, or gold. So I think it fades pretty cool. Like, I know, I loved that it had like this partiness, and then it kind of cleared up and then got darker and then a bit more speckly and gradient towards the end. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So my gauge was really tight on the needles it specified. Yeah, so that's partially why I have not casted it on yet. I'm not sure where I should go from here. I might, I don't know. I have to figure out what needles, because obviously my gauge is really tight. So I have to figure out which needles I should use, so, to meet gauge. And I really want to meet gauge, so, and the other swatch, and it was for this sweater. I'm making sweater hat I'm making for my cousin. He was in a motorcycle accident and broke his arm and leg, and he does not live up here, but he does live down south. But I thought this cute hat would be nice. And it said swatch in the rib. And I just put like garter borders on. But it's super stretchy. And this is just the mill ends yarn, so not sure which percentage of anything it is. It's your wool, nylon, acrylic polyester. So that's that. I hope you can't hear that outside. Oh my god, this guy is acting so weird. Alright, so I'll be starting those two, casting them on. I haven't done anything with the blankets, so not worth showing. If I have, it's been minimal work. I have not casted on the socks yet, and I should. So, been kind of working. Oh, one more whip. Forgot. I don't know, I just had some random stuff I wanted to cast on, but let me show you this real fast. This is a gauge swatch, or not a gauge swatch, just a swatch I was doing. Probably do a few more in this yarn, just practicing some cabling. And here's the yarn. In crochet, so. And then this. I will put the pattern down below. It's a pineapple shawl, one of many. But that's just this bottom part. It was, so if this was done in the correct yarn, in a correct hook size, it would have been huge. But I did it in a 3 yarn and a 3.75 crochet hook. And we all know that obviously my gauge is a bit on the tighter side, so it's really small. And I did that on purpose, to have a small piece. And then I've been adding, so this is the front post and back post triple crochet, and then right here I put some eyelets in, and then I'm going back up to start the front post and back post triple crochets. And I'm using that unicorn yarn I was originally going to use for socks, and I just was like, I don't know what happened. I just got like a little stressed, and I saw some lace and I went for it. So y'all know I love my lace. So here's the 3.75 crochet hook, but it's the Mandala yarn, which I showed you before, and it's 3.5 ounces, 150 grams, 590 yards, 540 meters, and it's the unicorn colorway, and it's 100% acrylic, but it doesn't have that waxy feel. So, and I don't know if I showed you the pineapple lace part. It's kind of hard to see, not blocked out. But I will put the pattern information down low, and then what I'm doing on top of it is just my own adaptation of such. Alright, I was like wondering why it said shawl there. I'm like, oh yeah, that. I have not casted on my garter shawl yet, so that's the thing I did not do. Alright, so we'll do stash enhancements now. So obviously I bought that the yarn for the giveaway, and then I bought more of this. The Jilly by Dream is so pretty. It's the pop-up skiing club from August, and I just got it in our Black Purl yarn shop, and it's so beautiful. And so now I have two to match this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with them. Those I think are my pretty yarn thing right there. And as we were talking about the stash and not being organized, not knowing what I had, thinking I had something I didn't have, it was the sock yarn I thought I had, and they were all DK weights. So anyways, I got my sock yarn from my fingerless mitts, and it's not bad. It's not too speckly. It's such a pretty green, but sorry, such a pretty green. And it's by Spun Right Round. It's this is called Succulent. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards, 100 grams. So, and guess what? Spun Right Round. I was like, I kept liking all of her stuff. Isn't she local to Rochester? Ooh, she is in my area. I love it. And I will put her website, her information on the screen and down below. She's in quite a few yarn shops across the U.S. and in a few other countries, I think, or one other country, but her stuff is absolutely beautiful. I always go back to it. I can take this off for you. I'm not really good at reskein and stuff, but here's what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? And it's not like over speckly. Sorry about my light, but is my thumb in there? Yeah. It's not overly speckled that, or heavily gradient, that's going to take away from the pattern. if I can reskein this back up. Maybe not. No, it's not perfect, but it's there. It's about to go on the yarn, swift and winder anyway, so. But yeah. That's it. So, and then for my son, he wanted some stuff made, so I bought this. This comes in three pack. This is just the mill ends. I bought more of it to make him some gloves and stuff. And then this other mill ends that I bought is this. It is nice. Like, I mean, it's not like, from the directions I saw in the pack, it's not like it's going to be like some acrylics where I can throw it in the machine and wash it. Excuse me. It's going to be, you know, wash, you know, hand wash, dry flat. So, what's next? I told you my mitts, my son's mitts, the Geyer shawl. Hopefully I'll get cracking, locking on my blanket soon. And yeah, brioche is still a struggle, so we'll see how that goes. I kind of got it and I made a few mistakes, but I'm getting there. I'm learning it. I don't know why. Well, I don't have like a ton of time to devote to it. That's probably why. It's not like I'm, you know, for 3 hours or 4 hours and I'm taking a class, so that makes a difference. So yeah. And then I wanted to go over, last week I had talked, not last week, last time I talked about my yarn winder and Swift that I ordered. And I got them in and I caked up yarn. I will put, oh actually I'll put it on this side. The first picture of the yarn cakes I made, and that was for the neck wrap and head wrap I made for myself. I'll put that right up there. So this is the winder. Fairly simple, nothing fancy. Only gripe I have about this is this tension rod. It doesn't necessarily stay in place. It does when I have the yarn out here, so. But, I mean, that's the only thing I'm not upset. And I like this because this comes off and then I can pull the yarn off of here. It makes it easier. It is a bit plasticky, but I mean, it makes, I mean, these are absolutely beautiful cakes. Like, I'll show you this one, so. This is about as big as it makes, cake-wise. Oops, sorry, I'm like way over here. So, I mean, that's about average if I show you some of my other yarn. That's about, I mean, this one's super tight. This one isn't as tight. So that's the thing, so. That might be me, the way I find it. These ones aren't as tight, I noticed. But those weren't caked up. I mean, this is like hard as a rock. So, it does a pretty good job. I'll show you one more cake that it made. And it's the yarn I'm using for the hat. Oh, we're stuck. So yeah, and again, it's really tight. So, I mean, I love it. It's tight. Really tight cake. So, that could just be the tension I put on there. So, whew, sorry, I'm so tired. You know, that could be me making it, the tension so tight. And then the yarn Swift. Again, it's nothing fancy. It's the Umbrella Swift Skein Winder. And it comes in this, which has arrows, so you know how to close it. So, very simple. I press on this black piece here, and I just lift it. So it's pretty cool. And then you can, has a little thing to wind up, so I can skein up yarn. And I can adjust it to sizes of the skein, which is great. It attaches very nicely, and it holds really well through this piece. So, I mean, so both of them all in all were a great purchase. They worked really well. I was really happy getting them set up and using them. So, may not be, they work. I mean, again, I got my stuff, as you saw, and it worked out well, so I'm very happy with those purchases. So if you would like a video, I will make a video on that actually, on, you know, how it worked, and I will get that out in a few days for you. And maybe I'll do that tonight later on. Okay, let me get another drink. Woo! So yeah. Another thing I found in the destashing, I knew I had this, right? Then I found this. I think this is an older patterns. And this is merino, it says. Are these, this is pure, oh, new ones. These are, this one says it's merino, this one does not. But anyways, found this. Huh. So wonderful. So, I can't wait to make something out of those two. I'm not sure what. If anyone has any ideas, let me know, but definitely got to make something cool out of that. Alright, on to the animals. Let's see here. So, the young cat, the youngest of cats, is beating up the oldest of dogs, so that's a thing. The oldest dog is 6 years old. Not like he's like 18 or anything like that. And I don't know, he just gets in her way, I guess, and game on. So the snake shed, and it was so gross because he shed in his moist hide, and I was wondering what the stench was, and I just smelled something. So later on that day, I opened everything up. I'm looking for poop everywhere. I get him out of there, and there's this shed there. It's like, ooh, it looks so gross. Luckily, it hadn't been there for long because I had recently cleaned the cage and took care of things. But yeah, I was like, that's gross. He just lives in that moist hide. So, oh, he's poking his head out right now. He's like, "What you doing?" So yeah, that was interesting. Of course, the bearded dragon, he shed, and he keeps growing, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Our roaches that we're going to use to feed him with did have babies, so we separated out the babies. And just, I'm not going to separate out all the babies, but I am going to separate out as many babies as possible and grow them up and feed them. And, you know, just keep the life cycle going. I was actually given the egg crate for them, so that's great. that really helps me out a lot. So it's like basically free food or inexpensive food for my bearded dragon. You know, once we get the colony going, that's awesome. So yeah, we got babies. We're getting babies now. I know people talk about TV shows and movies. I love them, but I don't know what to say about them. I like scary movies. I don't know if you know True Romance by Quentin Tarantino. That's a love story I like. Yeah, I like more scary action type movies. I like stuff blowing up. Very much a Michael Bay fan for that reason. Just boosh. And then, you know. You're like, that can't happen in real life. Who cares? I'm not watching a movie necessarily to watch real life. That's what documentaries are for. So I was watching a movie, not a documentary. I do watch some documentaries, yeah, absolutely. But movies and TV shows, I unfortunately don't really. I have Netflix. It's pretty much how I can get any TV. I don't really like much of what's on Netflix, except for, you know, when you finally get The Walking Dead on there. I don't have cable. I don't. The box to get regular TV doesn't work, and I guess either they've gotten rid of regular TV or they're going to get rid of regular TV. So pretty much I watch YouTube and Netflix all the time, mostly YouTube. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that keep me quite entertained anyways, so. But yeah, movie-wise, I like them scary, so, you know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't. Some of the superhero movies lately are a little too political and blah blah blah. Stuff is just not blowing up as often as it should be. So I don't care for all the drama and all that. Don't really care about that, you know, for the most part, unless it's like True Romance, you know. That was pretty rad, you know, that situation. But yeah, I'm that person. I like stuff blowing up. I like good fight scenes. I like people crashing vehicles, you know, doing crazy stunts, you know. I like movies that cost ridiculous amounts of money just for my entertainment. So so that's where I'm at with movies. So I really don't talk and critique movies and TVs because I don't really like anything overly complicated. Don't really care to think about stuff. I just want to watch stuff go boom, 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 so I can knit and crochet, so I can think about what I'm doing here. But yeah. So that's what I like. Yeah. Looking at my notes, I was going to list all the podcasts I like, and the list just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So maybe next episode I might put them all in. It's a lot, and the list just keeps growing and growing and growing. Point is, I watch a lot of knitting and crocheting podcasts. There's so many of you wonderful people out there doing an amazing job. So I'm just trying to like just sneak in there and do my thing too. Like, hey y'all. So yeah, there's so many of you wonderful people that I just watch and I love. I love it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. I think that's everything for this week. Yeah, not much else to talk about. Still organizing. I will probably make this into something for the bearded dragon. This is the hemp yarn. So we'll see. But yeah, working on Christmas presents and everything and all that. My birthday's coming up in November, so I was like, tell you what I want. I want stuff from the Black Purl yarn shop people, so that's how that is. But yeah, so again, thank you to all the new viewers and returning viewers. I appreciate your love and support. My heart goes out to everyone in the world right now. Again, just hit me up, locksknotstitches@gmail.com. Whatever I can do to help, I will. So, this is Living Thread Girl at Locks, Knots, and Stitches. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. You're awesome. Stay awesome, and make your day as awesome as possible. Thank you. Bye.